Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to some more AFL 26 action here with Port Adelaide. We're getting into sort of the middle part of Season 2 here, round 6 or 7 I believe is where we're up to. I think it's round 6. We're 5 wins from 5 so far. I've made some changes to the difficulty, so hopefully Carlton can put up a bit of a fight here today. And I hope you're all doing very, very well. And today's actually a bit of a special episode because obviously Carlton recruit some of their players over the course of the off-season. Most importantly, Jack Silvani, who's a very famous name, very famous family to the Carlton Football Club, but we also picked up George Hewitt as well as Nick Newman. We call heads on the toss. It's going to be interesting to see how we go in this one. I believe Carlton are 2 wins from 5 so far. Got the 3 losses on the game, so on the season, I should say, so far. They're going to kick to the left at Marvel. The roof is closed. There's not a lot for us to do in this one other than just continue our good form. Great tackle by Butters. And we've got an early ball up. DeConing gets the ball loose from the middle of the ground. We're trying to find a handball in the middle by Arlo O'Brien. He gets it back. There's a big cluster. Burgoyne sends it down to full forward. Dersma. Young spoils, does very, very well. Dersma lines up in front of goal. And it's in the hands of Joe Berry. So funnily enough, Joe Berry, 19 goals on the year so far. Dersma on 20 leads the Coleman. Berry now tied at the top. And I also have made some changes to the difficulty. So hopefully Carlton can put up a bit of a fight here today, as we get the intercept mark via Taylor Goad at halfback. Let's just kick it short. Look for an option. Whitlock now in front of Harry Mackay. Just weighing up his options. We've got Owen Miles at centre half forward, along with Ollie Hollands, I believe it is. Hollands picks it up, kicks it short, looking for Jagger Smith. Ends up in the hands of Arlo O'Brien. Kicking down the line. Connor Rosie in pole position, can't take the mark. Nick Haynes coming over from the Giants. This will be his second season with Carlton now. Kane Farrell having a very good start to the season so far. Kicks it down to forward 50. Butters actually in the hands of Lockie Neal. First kick of the day for him. No wind here at Marvel. A perfect start for Port Adelaide. 2 early goals. Ball now worked forward by Carlton. Long ball. Offline though, so very, very lucky not to concede a quick goal there. Rosie just sort of surveying his options at halfback, out of fullback I should say, looking for, I think that's I can't think of his name, Wanganeen Miller down there at halfback. Kicks it short now, ball turned over, and then Jack Silvani getting his first touch of the day, and I imagine he'd probably be getting booed by his favourite club, which would be a little bit controversial in the eyes of the AFL public. I know Nick Watson's in and amongst it early. He obviously got traded for a whole bunch of picks, actually. Why didn't Lockie Neal just pick the ball up? That was weird. As now Wanganeen Miller takes the mark on the whiz. Let's kick it down to full forward. Lockie Neal down there. Already has 1 on the day. Takes the mark on Jackson Binns. Going to be having a look at a second here. Now, over the course of his career, Lockie Neal, not a massive goal kicker, but has 2 in the first today, as we establish an early 3-goal lead. Carlton now working the ball forward to Koning. Can't take the mark, but Chera does in front of Wanganeen Miller. It'd be interesting to see if he can get the journey from here. Wearing the number 5, made famous by Chris Judd, was one of the last famous players to wear the number 5. We get a mark on the goal line courtesy of Jack Silvani. Obviously Adam McKay, I think it is, wore it for a very, very long time. Was probably in that Premiership side when Carlton won last the Premiership in 1995. Ball going back down the line, and Nick Newman, another former Blue, takes a good mark. Looking inboard to Wanganeen Miller. Patrick Cripps is next to him. Lot to do here. Rosie over the top to Arlo O'Brien. Looking for Horn Francis, doesn't find him in the end. Ball given up far too easily in the middle of the ground. Cripps getting amongst it again. Quick panicked hit by Jack Silvani. We got Jesse Motlop running after it with Wanganeen Miller. That's a great tackle by Ryan Burton. Now let's get the ball over the top. Arlo O'Brien Has Horn-Francis forward. Just kicks it straight over his head, actually. Not a fantastic kick. Hollands kicks it inside, but straight to Silvani. Zach Butters now on... We actually inside the centre square. Just weighing up a few options. Let's go short. In the hands of Dersma. Can't get his hands on it, unfortunately. Probably should have gone a bit deeper. Mollop just drops the ball, kicking over the top. Silvani with another intercept mark. Something his father was so good at. The fullback of the century. But the kick inside the middle of the ground is no good. And the Wiz getting amongst it early. Looking for Chera. Sends it long. Mollop's over the top. Big fly again from Zerk Thatcher. Whoa, where did he come from? That was absolutely astounding. Unfortunately, it's not going to end up in a goal as Sard gets wrapped up. This time by Jack Silvani, who's getting amongst it very early. Dersma takes it. Just weighing up his options here, and Burgoyne is short, and he takes it out in front. One thing I have done to up the difficulty is increase the wind influence on set shots. Obviously, that's not going to matter today as we're playing under a roof, as Burgoyne misses the first set shot of the day. But that was just one of the things that I thought I would mention. I've also made marking a little bit more difficult, and I've also made the CPU, or the AI, I should say, move a little bit faster than the players controlled by myself. So just to put us a little bit of a physical disadvantage, not so much a skill disadvantage. That's a great tackle. Doesn't end up anything with us, actually, as Arlo O'Brien spoils it out of bounds. Taylor Goad has a big job today. Another good tackle by us here. Ball kicked forward by Carlton. Chera. I was going to say that, what was I going to say? Taylor Goad has a big job for today dealing with De Koning. Kick over the top, find Willem Drew. Hasn't seen a lot of it today. Kick short to Burgoyne. Out in front of Sard, does a good job. Kicking wide, Logan Evans. Back in the side. Let's kick down the line. Owen Miles. Hasn't had too bad of a start to his AFL career. I mean, he wasn't a high draft pick, so I'm not expecting a great deal from him. As Cottrell just running into an open goal for Carlton. They finally get there first. Ball is cleared by Port Adelaide. O'Brien sends it inside. Looking for Willem Drew. Finds him. We just got to kick to this sort of right paddock. There's nobody out there. Actually kicking it in the George Hewitt direction. Off the bench for the first time today. Hasn't got his hands on the footy, but Burgoyne wraps up Mitch McGovern. And going to have another crack at his first goal for today. Hopefully this kick will be a little bit better than his first. And he just squeezes it in. It's been the midfielders and the small forwards just popping up, doing the business today so far. Not a lot of representation from the key forwards. As the ball now loose in the middle of the ground once again. Silvani can't get in front of Curnow. Speaking of key forwards, two-time Coleman medalist Charlie Curnow going to be lining up for his first of the day for the Blues. And does not make a mistake with that kick. Beautifully struck. Carlton cut it back to a 2-goal game. Back in Carlton's forward 50 again now. We need a mark. Nick Newman stands tall, does a good job. Sends it down the line. It's 3-on-1 here. The 3 win out. As Logan Evans does take a very good contested mark. Burgoyne and Sard. Burgoyne can't take the mark. Just handballs it inside to nobody, unfortunately. Down the line now for Carlton. And now Jagger Smith takes it inside 50. Hasn't got his hands on it so far today. But to get a third for the quarter for Carlton. Beautifully struck. I think it's hit the post, actually. Rosie just sends it out of fullback towards George Hewitt. Takes a really good mark. Let's kick down the line. See if we can just transition to our forward 50. Very quickly. Miles takes a good mark. Lockie Neal's in space again. And takes it. This man cannot avoid the goals so far today. He's not even playing in the forward line. He's still playing in the midfield. That kick is no good, though. 4 goals, 2 plays. 2 goals, 2. 20 minutes gone in the first. Nick the Wizard Watson kicks down the line. Great fist from Arlo O'Brien once again. Chera down the line looking for Hollands. Farrell rebounds very nicely off of half-back, but gets wrapped up. And now Charlie Curnow gets wrapped up. That's holding the ball. Why he played on. He is not the fastest player in the world. I don't know why he did that. But it's going to work out okay for us, I believe. Wanganeen Miller just kicks it to a 3-on-1. Miles doing his best to find a target. Quick kick by Dersman, can't get boot to ball, unfortunately. That's holding the ball. Holding without the ball, I should say. And now Brodie Kemp has it at half forward or half back. Logan Evans is apparently within his distance, but let's just send it long. Dersma and Wiedering. Great fist by Wiedering. Dersma sends it back inside. Can't take a mark. Haynes is there. Horne-Francis also there. Doesn't work out in the end. Ball out the back. Lachie Neale trying to find a target with the hands. Can't in the end. That's a great tackle, and Burgoyne does a great job on the siren. He's have to be one of our best so far today. It's going to be 7 disposals and potentially 2 goals to start. But it's a miss. Very hot, active start in the quarter so far. We started early with 3 quick goals. Carlton get a couple back before quarter time. But Lachie Neale and Burgoyne, not who I would have had as our leading scoring sort of players for the game so far. Joe Berry's got the 1, Curnow and Cottrell for Carlton. Jackson Binns with the 11 disposals so far has been really good for Carlton. But Burgoyne, Arlo O'Brien, Connor Rozee, Silvani getting a bit of the ball. Haven't seen a lot of Zach Butters today. Hopefully he can sort of tap into some of his decent form and we can just continue this solid start that we've had and just try and keep Carlton at bay. Goad and De Koning in the ruck here, just dueling it out right now. Great hit out by Goad to get things started, but Connor Rozee, a sloppy handball. Now in the hands of Brodie Kemp, kicks it short to Hollands. Down the line now, Curnow, Thatcher, or Zerk Thatcher I should say. And Curnow does a very, very good job. Probably going to go around the body from this distance. Shouldn't make a mistake, and he doesn't. Another great hit out by Goad, doing very nicely, but the ball's left behind in the middle of the ground. Ball sent goalward for Carlton. Burton does a good job. We got players streaming wide here. Lachie Neale is one of them. Should be uncontested here. Takes a very good mark. Let's go inside. Butters there with Smith. Butters can't take the mark. Ball is dropped. Hewitt sends it long. Whitlock and Young are down there. Ball is dropped. Dersma over the top to Whitlock. Whitlock gets his first of the day. And we're due for a big game from Jack Whitlock this season. We haven't really had a big one from him. Good for Dersma getting him involved in that play there. The whiz over the top. Brodie Kemp, too big and strong for Ryan Burton. Lining up for his first of the day, but getting a lot of the ball early for disposal number 7. Puts his first through straight through the middle. Loose ball over the top. Rozee can't get boot to ball this time. Is wrapped up very nicely by Jacob Wiedering. Short back kick. That's very risky. Lewis Young kicking forward to Brodie Kemp. Just put one through the middle. Now Chera, middle of the ground. Has Connor Rozee standing the mark, but that is a poor kick. Jack Silvani sending it down the line. Wanganeen Miller over the top. Takes it really strongly in the hands on Lewis Young. Little slow to get up though, so we're just sort of waiting for an option to pop up. We got players streaming over the top. Joe Berry and McGovern. Berry can't take the mark. Quick kick on goal. Puts it through. That's his second. And that's one element of his game that has improved over the course of the offseason, is that when he goes up to take a mark, even if he doesn't take it, he brings the ball to ground and can still, be strong enough to provide a bit of a contest. And as soon as I say that, we just give up a very easy shot on goal. Thankfully, it is a miss to Carlton. As Wanganeen Miller, we have a player short there. That's not really where I want to go. So we'll just send it down the line. Trust our hands. Dersma can't take the mark though. Rozee leaves it behind, looking for Burgoyne. Kicks it backwards and somehow it ends up in the hands of Hewitt. But the kick is poor. McGovern just too big and strong for Berry on that occasion. Logan Evans gets it back. We got players pushing forward, nothing really presenting for me. So Whitlock and Young is the target. Whitlock takes it in front of goal. Now just has the 1 disposal so far, but apparently he has the 3 disposals, just the 1 goal. So let's see if we can put this one through and just start to kick away from Carlton. Whitlock makes no mistake with that kick. Lachie Neale, middle of the ground now, looking for hands over the top. No good. Butters trying to chase him down. Burton down back, but Patrick Cripps pushing forward, takes a mark. No shots on goal for him today, but the 7 disposals, getting amongst it early. Having a shot, pushing wide. I think that may have just snuck in, but it's hit the post. Working the ball up the wing now in the hands of Arlo O'Brien. A little bit quieter this quarter. That kick is poor though. Wanganeen Miller can't get hands on Cottrell. Ball over the top to Charlie Curnow. Silvani. I mean, it wasn't Silvani, but it was Ryan Burton. Did a fantastic job there. Burgoyne has 2 to deal with. De Koning getting amongst it now. Kicks it forward. Ball goes to ground. We just need to clear it. Not with the hands, but the whiz. Getting amongst it. Puts his first through. And with that kick, it's now under a 2-goal game. 11-point lead. 11 minutes gone in the second quarter. Great tackling in the middle by Port Adelaide once again. But the ball is loose. Butters can't lay a tackle this time. Wanganeen Miller has been really, really good on Cottrell since he kicked that opening goal. Horne-Francis hasn't seen a lot of it today. But when the ball hits the ground, he just beats Haynes. Kicks it short. Was looking for Whitlock. Couldn't mark it in the end. Leeka Lear can't deal with Cripps. Down the line now. We just need a fist. Well done, Wanganeen Miller. Cottrell gets wrapped up. That's out on the full. Great defensive play by Naziah Wanganeen Miller. And now the ball entering our forward 50. Dersma takes the mark. We've got 2 players forward. And, oh, what are you doing? Just go back and kick the goal. Let's try again. Ball going inside our forward 50 now. And Owen Miles takes it in front of Cottrell. Been quiet today. Just the 3 disposals. Not a great kick, but it's swinging back. Another behind, though. Back to an even 2 goals, though. Whitlock intercepts at centre-half forward. Let's just send it as long as we can. Goad and De Koning. Goad can't take the mark. Quick kick on goal. Great crumbs by the big man. Puts it back out to a 3-goal game. Stoppage now at our half-forward line. Goad and De Koning. I'd have to say, Goad's actually been really impressive today. Rosie gets tackled, but the ball does not work out to our advantage. Leeka Lear getting amongst it. Can't get the ball, but forces a tackle, which is good. Arlo O'Brien sends it forward, looking for a target. Ball's out the back. Berry with the tackle. That's in the back, unfortunately. Mitch McGovern now. Kicks it to Cripps. Getting a bit more of it this quarter. Little ball over the top. Finds Hollins. Being stood on by Miles. Now Camporelli. Getting a bit more game time this season. Obviously into his second year now. I think it's Lucas Camporelli that's playing today. Great tackle by Jace Burgoyne. Having a fantastic game today. Kicks it down the line to Dersma. Ball's out the back. And another easy goal. Carlton at the ball at half-back with Chera once again. Getting a lot of the ball today so far. I'd be curious to see how many disposals he actually has. Nick Newman just going to send it down the line towards Arlo O'Brien, who is just unopposed. Having a fantastic game so far. Already has the 10 disposals. Let's be a little bit cheeky here. Go around the body. Not completely necessary. But puts it through for his first of the day. And it's now a 5-goal lead inside the first half. Ball down the line now looking for Hewitt. Takes a good mark. Let's go back and have a shot on goal. Just the 7 disposals for Hewitt so far in this one. I don't even think he's kicked a goal this year. Not that I can think of, but that is really nicely struck. But it's a mark on the goal line by TDK. Does a fantastic job. Kicks to the pocket. Patrick Cripps is there. Ball goes to ground. Brody Kemp clears it. Harry Mackay, great hands once again. Camporelli now. It is Lucas Camporelli. I was right. Kicks down the line and finds Charlie Curnow. So excellent transition from defensive 50 to forward 50 by the Blues on that occasion. To get it back to a 24-point game. Charlie Curnow, possibly the biggest kick of the game so far. Actually not going to matter because Tom De Koning has taken a mark on each of the goal lines in this possession. Just incredible work rate by the big fella. Puts his first through. What a play by TDK. As Holland's in the back pocket now with Haynes. Must say, he's kept Horne-Francis fairly quiet today. He's been very, very good. Wanganeen Miller. Let's just send it long. See who's down there. It's Berry McGovern once again. Ball goes to ground. Sard picks it up. Is wrapped up straight away. Hollands clears it. Wanganeen Miller just sort of stopped running for a bit. Don't know why that happened. But that is half-time. And what was actually a very good quarter for both teams, to be honest. A lot of goals in this one. 6 goals 1 to 4 goals 2. But even though it's a 24-point game, the score is actually a lot closer than I think it actually is. Carlton have been very, very competitive today. 9 free kicks to 6 has been, probably our biggest advantage that we've had in a game this season that I can think of. There's probably maybe been 1 or 2 other games that I can't think of. Whitlock's got the 2, as does Lachie Neale and Joe Berry. Curnow has been very, very good as well. Burgoyne, no scoring opportunities in that quarter, but Lachie Neale with the 19 disposals in the first half has been absolutely everywhere so far. Connor Rozee as well. O'Brien, Wanganeen, Miller, Burgoyne, Butters and Hewitt with the 8. So guys just popping up just everywhere right now, just doing their bit. But I think we need a little bit more from sort of our role players to get us over the line in this one and secure our 6th win of the year. Really good first half. We're going to give Sam Draper a bit of a run around in the ruck. Go deserves a well-deserved rest. I've said deserved basically the same thing twice just there. Neil's just tried to bump over someone that's not there. Ball goes forward for Carlton, and Wanganeen Miller takes an early mark. We've got a 2-on-1 down the line. Silvani pushing forward for the first time today. O'Brien's in the pocket. Great vision for number 2 for the day. No banana required on this kick. Nicely done by Arlo. Puts through a second and restores the 5-goal lead. Ball sent long by TDK. Curnow too big and strong for Zerk Thatcher that time around. I'm not sure who's playing at full forward, if Charlie Curnow's playing at centre half forward. But looking for a third. Obviously going to be kicking this one from just inside the centre square. Long ball at Marvel. And Harry Mackay just shoves. I think that was Zerk Thatcher to the side. Just the 2 disposals today has been very, very quiet. But hopefully for Carlton's sake, he can put this one through. And he does. Zach Williams, middle of the ground now. Kicking towards Mackay at half forward. Lee Kalir. Good fist from behind by Lachie Neale on the Wizard. Ball just drops to the ground. Carlton get back-to-back goals. I didn't see who kicked that one in the end. And it is Jackson Binns. I think he had 11 disposals in the first quarter. Hasn't seen a lot of it since. Good tackle that time on Jackson Binns. We got another ball up. Carlton working the ball forward once again. Need a mark here. Farrell does a good job. I think that was on Charlie Curnow, actually, funnily, that time. Horn Francis. Handball over the top to Arlo O'Brien. Handball inside. Finds Burgoyne. Now Whitlock. Now Neale. Quick kick forward. Can't find a target. Did so well until the end there. Haynes kicks it inside. Back to Mackay. Kicking short now. And Carlton just moving the ball very, very quickly today. Dersma, we're pushing him up the ground. I haven't liked what I've seen from Connor Rozee so far. So I'm putting Connor Rozee down in a forward pocket. And I just think the Patrick Cripps matchup for him has been a little bit disadvantageous for us. So I'm going to try Dersma and Cripps as a bit of a matchup in the middle of the ground. And it's another poster on the game. I've seen a lot of posters today, actually, now that I sort of mention it out loud. Draper running after TDK. Can't stay with him. TDK takes the mark. Now with Jones. Looking short. Finds Haynes. Ball over the top. That's not 15. Alir sends it long. Silvani. Can't take the mark as De Koning comes in from the side. Takes the mark. Camporelli now at half back. Had a lot of the ball today, Camporelli. And does absolutely nothing with it. Horn Francis takes the mark at half back. Kicks it short. Finds Hewitt. We've got a 2-on-1 here, but it's a little bit tough. And Carlton just too easy. Ends up with Camporelli. 10 disposals for Lucas Camporelli today. No goals. Puts one through. And Carlton just inching and clawing their way back. Back to a 13-point game. And Sam Draper, we may need to think about getting Taylor Goad back into the game because he's a little bit more athletic compared to Sam Draper. And the ball is taken by Berry at half forward. Everyone's just sort of sitting in the middle of the forward 50. That is not what I want. Whitlock down at full forward. Can't take the mark on Wiedering. Just really poor work from our forwards on that occasion. No coordination whatsoever as Connor Rozee takes the mark. Got a lead in the pocket. Don't see who it is. And it's Lockie Hill once again, of all people. 24 disposals and 2 goals so far today. Looking for a third. Can't sneak that one in. But we intercepted half forward via Burgoyne. O'Brien's pushing forward, but I don't think it's actually going to reach him. Ball was intercepted by Carlton. Whitlock's down there. Great tackle on Nick Haynes. Ball comes loose in the tackle though. And we actually get another intercept mark via Burgoyne. O'Brien's over the top once again, but we've got a few players down there. Berry and McGovern. I was going to say McBerry. Just Joe Berry, not McBerry. Takes the mark. And hopefully this time he will put through his third. Reclaim his lead at the top of the Coleman medal for this season. Dersma running forward this time around. Looking for Silvani on Lewis Young. Takes it on top of the goal square. 5 contested marks for him so far. He's been really good at full back. Puts one through against his former side, his boyhood club, and the fans absolutely hate it. And it's been really good to see that no players from either team have gotten injured yet. I've been a little bit hesitant to talk about it because I didn't want to jinx it. As Patrick Cripps just breaks away from Dersma and gets one straight back for Carlton. What an extraordinary clearance. And that is why he is a 2-time Brownlow medalist. As Goad back in the ruck now. Ball was actually handballed towards our forward 50 by Patrick Cripps, which is bold. Ball is kicked short. Harry Mackay, big and strong. Silvani dealing with him now. Ball is dropped inside our defensive 50, I should say. And the ball is kicked to the boundary with Willem Drew. Hasn't seen a lot of it today. Gets dropped by Mackay. Little ball over the top. And this time, the whiz not big enough. I mean, he's never big enough. He's a wizard, for God's sake. But finally, we get a clearing ball and we kick it straight to Harry Mackay, who's standing on Lee Kalir. Little ball over the top. Mackay gets it back. Roost from 50. It's offline. Rosie sends it out of defensive 50. And Hollins does a fantastic job just securing it in there for Carlton. If I can get my words out, I would love to string a sentence together. And fantastic job again by Dersma. He's been really, really good since pushing into the midfield. Hasn't seen a lot of the ball, but just in terms of just providing a bit of a contest between Cripps and the other midfielders as well. Rosie, in his place at full forward, takes a mark. Berry was there for the crumbs should he needed it, but Rosie takes the mark. Only his second mark of the day. Puts through his first. Almost 20 minutes gone in the third quarter. It's a 25-point lead to Port Adelaide. Ball is kicked short to Hollins. I thought it was Curnow for a second, but it's Elijah Hollins. Hasn't seen a great deal of the ball, but going to be kicking from 55. It's not bad at all. And it's another mark on the goal line to Harry Mackay. Just too big and strong. 10 marks on the day so far, but hasn't kicked a goal other than the one he kicked from the top of the goal square. I believe that was earlier in the quarter. And gets one back for Carlton again. It has been goal for goal these last few minutes. Goad trying to win it out of the middle. We can't, unfortunately. Handball pushed forward. No good. Cripps getting a bit of it now. And how has the Wizard marked that? That was absolutely terrible. Just the one goal for him. Apparently he has 2 contested marks. I don't believe that whatsoever. Puts through his second. Fantastic mullet. And it's back to a 13-point game. Things are getting a little bit dangerous for my liking. And Carlton again just pushing forward. We've just run out of juice. Newman needs a mark here. Thankfully he does. Not going to be a goal or even a score. We need a strong mark here from Goad. No good. De Koning picks up the crumbs. Rosie and Young takes a good mark, Rosie. We could pass off, but I'm a little bit scared of the siren, so I'm going to go back and have a shot to get it back to a 19-point game. Kick that absolutely flush straight over the fence. The skipper has kicked a captain's goal at a crucial time. De Koning starting to win a lot of ball in the ruck here. Goad. I don't know why, but just this quarter, he has really just stepped off the pace a little bit. And now Owen Miles just weighing up his options. Let's kick down the line towards Goad. Big body. De Koning's also a big body. But Goad just has that massive reach. Just the 4 marks on the day. Already has a goal. This is a terrible kick. Has kicked goals this year though, but not going to be adding to the total with that kick. That was terrible. And that is 3-quarter time. 25-minute quarter, that one. It was a long one. But a fantastic fight from Carlton. Actually win the quarter 6-5. It is a 19-point game. Carlton killing it in the disposals. They're 210 disposals. I believe we're actually up at halftime. Just really, really doing a fantastic job. Harry Mackay chipped in with 2 goals. The Wiz has the 2. Charlie Curnow with 2. De Koning kicking goals. Berry and O'Brien still doing fantastic work. Lockie Neal with the 28 disposals, leading the game so far. Connor Rosie up there with the 23. Arlo O'Brien, 14. But a whole bunch of Blues just in the middle there. Really, really crushing it. How are we going in the ruck? Because I feel like we were up for a little bit. But yeah, De Koning has, I think we were 12-10 at one stage. Draper has the 6, so it's basically even now. Possessions-wise, intercept marks, Nick Newman has the 6. Silvani with the 5. But it's been really, really good. But we need to finish this game strong. Michael Voss just revving up the boys for 2026, their season. They could be 2-4 by the end of this one, but they could be back at even stead with a win here against us. But they need the quarter of all time to get this done. Not of all time, that's a bit outlandish. But we get it easily out of the middle. Connor Rosie gets the first mark of the quarter. And he's going to go back for a third of the second half. Hopefully he can put it through. And he does. The rule in basketball is first team to 100 generally wins the game. I'm going to pretend that's a thing in the AFL as well. As Whitlock actually gets a little free kick. And we're going to kick it wide to Hewitt. This kick could potentially put the game to bed. It's no good though. Hewitt with a couple of behinds on the game. It's now a 26-point game. That is a terrible kick out of fullback as Owen Miles intercepts the ball. No goals again for him today. Could put his first through with this kick. And he does? Yes, he does. But Carlton not giving up just yet. Let's punch the ball away. Just trying to get it clear. We do. Newman picks it up. Little ball over the top. Finds Goad. And plays on very, very quickly. Not completely necessary. Horne-Francis, we see players back. Owen Miles there gives it up. Neal getting amongst it now. Connor Rosie. Oh, he does take the mark. I thought he was definitely going to get spoiled on that occasion. But lining up for a fourth. 25 disposals. Might have secured the BOG with that kick. And just like that, Horne-Francis has been injured. Every time that just pops up randomly, I think my controller has died. But unfortunately, Horne-Francis is done for the day, which means the specialist sub, Jackson Mead, is going to come in for today. Let's put Dersma back in the forward line. And Butters can sit there. Rosie can just stay at full forward. That's fine. Everything else going to remain the same. I don't know what the injury is. Hopefully it's nothing serious. I didn't see it pop up as it does normally. But Horne-Francis, obviously a very valuable player for us. Hopefully it's not a long-term injury. Loose ball in Carlton's forward 50. That's a great tackle by Burton on Curnow. It's actually Silvani that got the free kick in the end. Miles takes the mark. We got players pushing forward. Down the line, Berry and McGovern. Berry can't take the mark. There's a handball over the top if we need it. Can't find the target though. Smith, Cripps, down the line. Logan Evans is down there. Takes a good mark. But the kick is poor and it's going back into Carlton's forward 50. Silvani can't deal with Charlie Curnow one-on-one. He is just a big SOB. And Curnow going to be lining up for his third. I think this is actually his third opportunity to kick his third today. Finally puts it through. Carlton pushing forward once again. Motlop in the space. Over the top is no good. Actually, it is good. Silvani and Curnow. Curnow giving Silvani absolute bath on these last couple of possessions to cut it back to a 26-point game. Does fantastically well. We can't afford to get complacent here. Camporelli pushing forward. Need a mark. Oh, we spoil it, but Motlop gets the crumbs far too easily. Carlton have 3 quick ones, and it's back under 4 goals. I was just saying we can't get complacent here because we had a 38-point lead not that long ago. The quarter's only been going for 8 minutes. That's a good tackle by Jackson Binns. It's another ball up. Goad wins it out of the middle. Great hit out. Just got to get boot to ball on that play. But we get the mark courtesy of Owen Miles. Goad's pushing forward. Berry's in space. Let's go down the line to Berry. It's Connor Rosie, of all people, takes the mark just from behind to put the game away. You'd think that's it for Carlton. 26-point game, ball at our half-forward line in the stoppage. Butters getting amongst it, just drops it. And a good gang tackle by Port Adelaide once again. We've made a few moves. We've put Connor Rosie back in the midfield. I just want to have him just provide a bit of leadership in the middle of the ground, secure the game for us. Butters looking for a handball forward. He has not had a good game today. Rosie with another tackle. And for number 6 in the second half. I don't think this kick is any good, unfortunately. But it's swinging back. And he snuck it in. It's a 32-point game. Goad finds Neil in the ruck. Ball loose. Neil just gives it up. Don't know what happened there. Neil just drops it again. And that is finally in the back. Lockie Neil finally going to get a free kick. Let's just look forward. See who we can pick up in the marking contest. Ball goes to ground. O'Brien over the top looking for a target. Ball is dropped. Handball at the back. Rosie sees Goad. Long ball. That's a good tackle. Well done, Carlton. Now, Haynes has been really good today on Horne-Francis. I don't want to say he caused the injury because that's not really fair. But he has been really, really good today on Horne-Francis. We've got players in pursuit on Hollands. Long ball forward. Fantastic kick from Hollands. Back down to 26. I've just seen in the top corner that the Wiz is back into the game. Motlop off the bench. Or coming on for Motlop off the bench, I should say. And there he is. Logan Evans couldn't deal with him. Great hands by Cottrell on the lead. And he's been really good today. Just in the limited minutes he has had. 9 disposals. Kicked the opening goal of the game. Gets one in the 4th. Carlton might not be done yet. And another Carlton free kick, middle of the ground. We just drop it at half-back. What was that? Smith clears it forward. We need a spoil. Oh, God. Jackson Binns. I think he had like 11 disposals at quarter time. He's had 17 in the following 3 and a bit quarters. Or 2 and a bit quarters. Sends it long. It's another mark on the goal line to Lee Kalir. Let's just clear the ball now. Sard hasn't seen a lot of it today. Ball goes to ground. Little ball inside. Ends up with Perko and he's dropped it. How many times have we seen that this year? We've really dropped marks. The Wiz! He's got a 3rd. And Carlton have put it back to a 14-point game. It was out at 38 at one point. And I don't want to say the Horne-Francis injury has changed everything. But a lot is happening that I don't like at this point in time. Oh my God. Just the momentum in the game has completely shifted. The Wiz has 4. And the margin is back to single digits. I'm just panicking in the middle of the ground. We've got a loose ball. Ball over the top. Wanganeen Miller takes the mark. Fantastic work. Let's go inside. Lee Kalir hasn't had his best game. But I mean, hasn't been definitely the worst on ground by any means. Little ball over the top. Oh, TDK intercepts. Sard. How is he taking that on Miles? And he's a long kick, Sard. So hopefully he can miss this one. That's not bad at all. And it's another mark on the goal line to Carlton. How many times have they taken marks on the goal line that have led to scores this game? To cut it back to 2. He's put it through. Brody Kemp has put that goal through. What the hell is going on? And they're not done yet. Carlton, we need to stop the flood of scoring. We had a 38-point lead. And now Hollands, 10 disposals so far to get the lead back for Carlton. What the fuck? Okay, we're down by 4 points. I don't really know how this happened. Just kick the ball long. Dersma, Young. Dersma takes it to get his 2nd of the day and get the lead back for Port. He puts it through. Is that the nail in the coffin? We've said that a few times this quarter, but surely that is it. We're just messing around with it. Middle of the ground. Brody Kemp intercepts. Carlton, loose ball in their forward line. Kerno puts it through. How many goals will Carlton score this quarter? This is stupid. We have been so good for so long. Rosie, just kick the ball for God's sake. I'm having a meltdown. Arlo O'Brien, kick it long. Find someone that can take a mark. Jackson Mead, that'll do. Ball over the top. That's not 15. Panic. Panic. Oh, we've mucked that up big time. We need a tackle. That's a high tackle. That's not to our favour. We need an intercept mark. We can't get it. The Wiz, the one time he takes a mark. Okay, this is our opportunity. We just need to send it long. Whitlock. Ball goes to ground. Burgoyne, somebody kick it. No, not that way. Oh, that was our opportunity to kick a goal. 25 minutes have gone and the siren hasn't gone yet. Neil takes the mark. 45 disposals and potentially the match-winning goal. But it's to the left. That's a terrible kick, actually. It's out on the full. Carlton still hold the lead. And our undefeated streak is over. Horne-Francis is injured. What the hell just happened? Carlton kicked 10 goals to 6 in the final quarter to win the game. 10 goals straight to 6 goals won. We had a 38-point lead in the final quarter. We had more disposals than them. Rosie ended up with 6, Kerno 5, Watson 4. Lockie Neal had 46 disposals, 35 handballs. Butters had 22 disposals, but only 2 of them were kicks. That is disgusting. And somehow we lose. What? BOG for the game goes to Connor Rosie. No real surprise. Kicked 6 goals in the second half. Lockie Neal had, 40-something, 46 disposals on the game. A little bit unlucky not to get the BOG, if I'm perfectly honest. Harry Mackay with the 1 vote. Kicked a couple of goals, got a lot of the ball, Harry Mackay in this one. 16 disposals, a lot of marks. Who led the fantasy in this one? Lockie Neal, yeah, not surprising there. But a fantastic game of football, if I do say so myself. We fall short of the objectives, actually. 6 behinds out of the 8 were scored that were required. Uncontested possessions, we're never really going to get that. And we fell 3 marks short of the 5 grand bonus, unfortunately. But our first loss of the season, and our first loss since round 24 of the... Well, first loss, I should say, that we've played since round 24 of last season. Because we technically did play the qualifying final and we did win, but the game crashed and so we simulated and we lost. So I'm not counting that. Anyway, we're still top of the ladder, which is nice, but we lose a big chunk of percentage and we now have North Melbourne in our next game. Horne-Francis's injury is a hamstring strain and Willem Drew's actually also got an injury. Not ideal. So our next week's fixtures, we've got Horne-Francis who's injured and Willem Drew, obviously, who we've already spoken about. We've got Everett Wong. Is there anybody scheduled to come back? Lukosius is one of them. We need a key forward to come back and to sort of set some of this madness straight. So we'll put Whitlock, actually we'll put Whitlock at full forward. Lukosius can be at centre half forward. Dersma can be in that forward pocket. And another midfielder would be exceptional. We did drop Joe Richards. Anastopoulos is an option. We've got 5 injuries at the moment. That is not fantastic. Moraes, I like him in the SANFL right now, so we'll just see how that plays out. We'll bring back Joe Richards. I think that's the right thing to do, and we'll make him the sub so that Jackson Mead can get a bit more run in the middle of the ground. Leek Alir, I'm not convinced by him right now, but we'll just leave him in there for now. I mean, I know that we lost, but we still had a really, really good game, and now we've got to put our team together for our fixture up against Norwood in the SANFL. We need to pick some defensive players. Let's put Bennett Symes in that back pocket. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to put Jason Little in that back pocket. And then we're also going to take Willem Drew. I don't know why he's sitting there. But we're going to put in... who else are we going to put in? I need to figure this out. We'll put in Daniel Orgill. Sure, why not? Actually, no, we can't because it's only a 4-person interchange. So never mind. Let's see how we go in the SANFL. We do win at least one game this episode, which is fantastic. Baskerville with the 3, McLaughlin with the 2, Everett Wong with the 1. Solid play. Baskerville had a great game, 33 disposals and the 5 goals. Very, very happy how that played out. Caleb Poulter has also picked up an injury in the SANFL. He's out for 6 to 7 weeks with syndesmosis. And Waffle will be back for, not obviously against North Melbourne, but whoever we play in the following round. If we have a look at some of the other fixtures that occurred from the back end of last week, we can see that the Giants beat the Doggies in a very, very close contest. Tommy Green with the 3 votes did very, very nicely. 38 disposals and the 3 goals was fantastic. Melbourne beat Geelong, that's surprising, but Ollie Walsh, Clayton Oliver and Sam Walsh did very, very well. Shannon Neal kicking the 4 goals. Dangerfield getting amongst it as well, did fantastic. Then the Dogs are brought back down to earth by the Crows, who just smoked them on, I'm not sure what day of the week that would be, but Jordan Dawson with the 3 votes, Bontempelli, and I think that was Adam Treloar following suit. Tex Walker kicked 4, was very, very good. Melbourne then beat Richmond, which was very, very interesting. Clayton Oliver getting a lot of Brownlow votes early this year. 48 disposals was very nice. The Suns lose to the Swans on Anzac Day. Noah Anderson with the 3 votes. Blakey and Warner getting there as well. And then also on Anzac Day, the traditional fixture, Collingwood get the job done against Essendon. Setterfield with the 3, Sidebottom with the 2, Perryman with the 1. And we're actually also playing on Anzac Day, funnily enough. We're back in Adelaide up against North Melbourne. And how are our season objectives going? We're still doing very, very well. We've won one of our interstate games, so that is something. And we've beaten one top 4 team from last year. League stats, let's have a quick squiz. And we can see that Joe Berry and Dersma tied at the top of the Coleman medal with Connor Rosie. Thanks to that big bag, did a very, very good job. Yeah, he's now in the top 4, which is good for him. Charlie Curno's up there now. Very, very interesting. Whitlock had a good game last week up against Carlton. Despite the loss, he is still doing very, very nicely. And after a couple of back-to-back performances, Clayton Oliver now leading the disposals across the league by 20. He's way out in front. Jack Silvani leading the marks with Goad, and Nick Newman not too far behind. Cripps with the tackles. Clearances is Jack Crisp. Got to make a bit of a difference there. Hit-outs, I can't see Goad. Actually, I can see Goad and Draper. They are right down the bottom together. Really, really doing a good job. And in terms of accuracy around the league, Van Rooyen, 28 behind, so the 16 goals isn't fantastic. Larky, who's normally very accurate in front of goal, is struggling a little bit. But if we have a look at our guys, 22 goals, 8 for Dersma, 22-13 for Berry, and 15 goals, 1 for Connor Rosie. Let's have a quick look just at the club itself. And these are how things stand right now. Rosie with the 15 goals, as we know. But then Lukosius, who's coming back against North Melbourne, going to be looking to reclaim his Coleman medal from last year. Obviously kicked the 100 as well. I don't think he'll get near that, considering he's already missed 3 games. Goad's got 9 goals, which is quite surprising. Silvani up there. O'Brien having a good start to his career. Horn Francis going to be missing for a couple of weeks here. Burgoyne, Neal kicked a few goals that game. Wanganeen Miller as well. But now disposals. Lockie Neal averaging over or almost 30 disposals a game now. Connor Rosie over 20. And Butters bang on 20 disposals a game, but not having as much of an impact as he did last year. But I think that is going to do it for today. I'm happy with, despite how the episode went, we did lose. The Crows are now on top of the ladder, so if we win, we go back top, which would be lovely. North Melbourne, it's going to be a very, very interesting contest. Hopefully, we can get a win, get back on track, and then just treat this one as a bit of a blip. But that's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you could please subscribe to the channel, I would deeply appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1,000, so yours truly can start making some money and put that money back into the videos so I can make each one bigger and better for you guys. So that would be greatly appreciated if you could do that. Also, like the video and comment what your favorite part of the video was. But I'll see you guys next time. for some more AFL 26 videos. Bye!